Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Mic, episode 37. And well, yes, before you guys say anything, I have an actual mic now. So it's literally behind the mic now, not just metaphorically. Took me long enough, right? So this is gonna sound like the most random episode ever, but stick with me because I promise there's a point. Okay, so a few weeks ago, our TV sound had disappeared. No audio, completely gone, no nothing. This was the second time this happened too. The TV randomly updated one day, and then after the update, boom, no sound. And the first time that this happened, which was an intentional update, mind you, we tried everything. We Googled, we tried YouTube tutorials, we messed with every setting that we could find. And my dad was so frustrated that we eventually called someone to fix it. And the guy literally just opened the panel, tapped something, and it worked. We didn't even have to pay him because it was so quick. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? Nope. It happened again. The TV updated again, unintentionally and randomly this time. And the sound disappeared. Again. And my dad was so disappointed. Like, really? We're doing this again? And so for a few days, we tried the same thing. Searching for tutorials, trying different settings, reading forums, watching those YouTube videos with those red progress bars showing that we watched it more than 5 times. Nothing worked. But here's where it gets interesting. One morning, my dad and I were awake early, and we decided we'd try again. And it was the cycle all over again, going through the same steps, checking the same settings, the same videos, just getting more and more frustrated. When finally, we were fed up, and my dad just stopped and prayed. He was just like, Lord, this is just a small thing. But he told God how disappointed he was, how frustrating it was, how he wanted it to work. But here's the thing. The first time that this had happened, my dad didn't pray about it. He just tried to fix it himself. We all tried to fix it by ourselves. But this time, he did pray about it. So after he prayed, he checked YouTube again. And he saw this one tutorial that we'd seen before, seeing as there was a red progress bar. They had checked the sound options, and Dad just wanted to try it again. So my dad went to the sound settings, which we had done a million times already. And there's this option called sound output. And when you click on it, there's this option that says default. And every single time that we saw it before, it was grayed out. And we were like, okay, cool, so it's default. Whatever that means. But this time, my dad tried clicking on it, and it turned blue. It had a check mark. And he was like, okay, so what if it's default? Because mind you, that was the only option there. So we were like, okay, we just assumed it was already default. But apparently it was clickable. And my dad had just clicked on it initially to check if there were any more details or more options. But it was just default. But we clicked on it and it worked. Like, the sound came back. And my dad had just sat there dumbfounded, like, that's all it took? And I just sat there thinking, wow. Because here's the thing, we spent days, weeks even, trying to fix this. We watched countless tutorials, tried every complicated solution, every workaround, every hack. The answer was literally just clicking default. The simplest solution was right there the whole time. And it only worked after my dad had prayed. And I realized, this is so much like life, isn't it? We complicate things, we stress, we try to fix everything ourselves. We Google every solution. We ask everyone that we know for advice. We exhaust ourselves trying to figure it out on our own. Sometimes the answer is just go back to default. Like, think about it. What's your default? When things go wrong, when life gets hard, when you're frustrated and tired and nothing's working, who do you run to first? Is it Google? Is it your friends? Is it yourself? Or is it God? Because God should be our default. He should be the first one that we talk to, not our last resort when everything else fails. And here's the beautiful part. God cares about the small things. The TV sound, the frustrating little things that feel too insignificant to bother him with. My dad literally prayed, God, this is just a small thing. And God still answered, because to God, if it matters to you, it matters to him. And you know what else? That answer was there the whole time. That default button was always there. We just never clicked it. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. Occam's razor. The idea that the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. And I think that applies to faith too. We overcomplicate our relationship with God. Sometimes we may think that we need to do all these big and impressive things to get his attention. Sometimes we're logically aware that we're not supposed to do that, but we still end up doing it subconsciously. Or in simpler words, we think our problems need to be big enough to bring to him. But the truth is, he's always there. He's always online. He's always available. Jesus paved the way for that through his death and resurrection. It became easily accessible now through the Holy Spirit. He's always knocking on your door, waiting for you to let him in. You just have to choose him. You just have to click default. And here's one more thing that I've been thinking about. Problems are like shadows. They follow you around everywhere you go. But the closer you are to delight, the smaller they seem. Farther you are from delight, the bigger and scarier they seem. So if your problems and your shadows feel huge right now, maybe you just need to step closer to delight, closer to God, closer to your default. Today's reminder is this. Who's your default? Who are you turning to when life gets hard? Who's your go-to? Because God is always there, always ready, always listening, even for the small things. Especially for the small things. Don't wait until you've exhausted every other option. Don't wait until you're at your breaking point. Just click default. Stay faithful, stay focused, and stay firm in your default. I'll catch you guys next time with my brand new mic. I'm still so excited by this, by the way. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna stop mentioning this. Goodbye.